Okay, so the last one that we're going to deal with now is a social neuron. And I should have mentioned this at the other time. That's our primary function, is the distribution, the value tracking, gratitude, and so on and so forth. That's another part of this one kind of. It's source of crowdfunding to be able to create more stuff, services and so on, better experiences and so on. Social neuron. Now, social neuron is slightly different. What happens is, it looks kind of similar to this, but what happens is that somebody says, I'm looking for a job. And I'm looking for a job, I'm looking for a job as a teacher. Or I'm writing this PhD and I'd like to do research. And I go rabbiting on, and you can see below this video, you can see the specifications, what it is. And it's called ABC State, and it's in education. It would be great if you could invite me into your school. We have a conversation, and perhaps you could start using this tool with your school as part of our research to improve the behaviour of the students and their social well-being amongst themselves. And it'll be really cool. I'll do a better job than that, okay? And you share this thing. What I'm looking for a head teacher that gets this. I might give it to a head teacher, but I might give it to, a couple of recruitment educators. I might give it to, who else would I give it to? Maybe a university student or department to do with education. Is there anybody else? A friend that's actually an educator too. Okay, so you get the idea. I'll share it with a few people, and then they go, Now, they might not do anything with it at all. They're like, David, you're a complete fool. That's the kind of thing my friends say. You're a complete fool, David. No. But somebody might go, that's interesting. And then they share it forwards. They might not share it forwards with, give it another one. Right. They just share it forwards. They don't actually add any money. All they're doing is sharing it forwards. They go, okay, who do I know that might be a head teacher or close to that? Oh, I know somebody's a head teacher. Share it. Or it might be, I know somebody in the council that actually works in the education department kind of thing. I'll share it with them. Okay, fine. And then they share it forwards. That's the idea. Okay, it's just one pair. They're not spending any money. I've spent the money. I've said, I'm really looking for this. Here's a tenner. Okay, fine. Now, they share it forwards because they're my friend. They're not going to keep the money. They're going to share it forwards. So the money, until eventually it hits somebody. If, however, they think David is really cool, the ABC structure for schools will change education. So, yep, I'm for it. Okay. Not only am I going to share it with somebody that I think is in this country, I'm going to share it with a guy in the US. I mean, David hasn't said that it can't be in the US. Could work in the US. I'm going to share it with this because he's guy's going to really love it. Right. So he adds a tenner and shares it with somebody else because he goes, I think this is really good. It's investing in me. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that's really nice. But why would somebody later on do it? They don't know me. Okay, but maybe they like the idea, so they add the tenner. But again, that's really generous. But here's the trick. What happens if when I share this, I also say, when I get a job? No, actually, that's the job thing. That was the job scenario. Okay, if I'm giving you this, if I get the research and everything else, it's not going to make any money. The research thing is bogus because I'm not going to make any money. I'll include you in the, thanks, gratitude somewhere in the article. That's not good enough. Right, we'll get a contract at some point or other, and when I get the contract, I'm going to give you money. Okay, so I'm going to give the people individually between me and the target. Right, it doesn't work for research, really, does it? I mean, it could, it could. But a more obvious one is, I'll stick to the original one. I'm looking for a job. Okay, I've got coding skills, blah, 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 blah. I'm looking for a job, and I'm looking for something to do in the environmental sector. Right, people think, guy's a good coder, blah, blah, blah. Sounds like an interesting thing, and they invest. And the reason why they invest is because the coder is capable of saying this. I will pay, when I get the job, I will give £1,000 to everybody, not everybody, to split up amongst me and the person who eventually employs me. Okay, so let's say shares with a few people, they share with a few people, and that person, speak to him, the coder, and they, let's go for that one. Okay. And they speak to the coder and they do that kind of interview kind of thing. They're entering the resume, they look at just the thing that's been recorded. And they go, okay, and then they look at the thing and the content. Oh, okay, yeah. These two, they get in contact, we do this. We're doing something environmentally which is really good. So we're going to go for that person. And this person, great, okay, you're going to get paid, 40,000 a year, blah, 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 whatever the contract is. And this guy goes, okay, thank you very much. And does give £1,000 to everybody between them, the target, okay, the person who employs them, and themselves. That's one person. So that person would get the full 1,000. However, if it is this one, these two people get 500 each. Okay? You think, oh, that's pretty cool, but only that line. So it's only that line. So anybody else that's kind of taking the risk, thinking, oh, this is good, they're out of pocket. Fine. Okay, they've taken the risk, they've invested. This guy won't forget them, I don't think. It's like really kind that other people helped. However, when everybody was doing it, they go, I think I know a person who will do that. And so this person here goes, I know a company that's looking for this kind of person. Boom. All right, 2. All right, I'm going to hedge my bets and do this 2 because I know one of them is really going to go for it. All right, and it's this one. And so this guy makes 1,000. Now the reason why it works is because they're incentivized to be as efficient as possible to solve this guy's problem. It's natural. It's emerging out of this system. And in our current system, what we have is we have gatekeepers. Well, I know certain people, and I'm going to basically try and get money out of trying to introduce people. Okay, and they put barriers of engagement. And look at LinkedIn. It's all about barriers because most of it is hocus pocus. Whereas what we're interested in is person with quality, person with need, somebody in the world. All right, marketing, blah. Look, forget about that. Just I get this thing from a friend. Go, oh, okay, who do I know? Blah, blah, blah. Share it forwards. If I don't really know, it's just going to be a linear thing. I'm not going to add money. But if I know the thing, or I think it's really valuable, or I know somebody that's really looking for this, right, I'll do this and I'll add my money because I actually, I think it's good. I'm going to be part of that chain. Okay. Or I know a really good connector. I know somebody that works in the industry of, Silicon Valley. Right, guys, right. Actually, Silicon Valley might not be interested in the environmental thing. Okay, whatever. The point is, we're all making our choices. We can't compute any of this. That's why with Sqale, people have asked, oh, what's it for? What's its business thing? I go, I don't know. This thing is so amazing that it could be useful by so many people, so many use, because the base use cases are so phenomenal. File distribution. In this case, it's the social neuron. Now, why do I call it the social neuron? Because what we're doing is we're reinforcing the relationship, the links between us. Okay? And when it works, people go, I made 1,000 by helping to connect people. Or these two. I connected up people, I made 500 quid. Okay, it might only be 100 quid. It might only be, right, but if somebody says, I will give, £1,000, £100, £10,000 if we get the right person, I'll go, okay, somebody's given me some money. I'll say, okay, I'll pass it on. Who do I know? Why not? Oh, I'll keep the money, the £10, maybe. Oh, it's just pounds. I'll just share that forward. Who do I know? Boom. Right, big. Right, there might be 10 people in the chain. I'll get £100. Not bad. Okay, so, and that's what's happening. People are just going, okay, who do I know? And we're sharing that. Now that's the kind of things that will be in our inbox, okay? And you might think, oh, wait a minute, it's going to get loads of stuff coming at me, all these different gifts, all these things coming at me from different people. It's like, yes. But what we can do, isn't quite yet, you can put a filter in there. So one, you only accept from people you know. And if it is somebody you know, or the people that you don't know, you'll accept it, but only of a certain amount. So it's only above like 10 quid. So if somebody approaches you and say, have a look at this, 10 quid, or even 100 quid. Strangers, it's 100 quid. If you want to engage me with something you think is valuable, it's got to be 100 quid. And I will look at it, because there's only going to be like 1 or 2 of those, a week. Okay. Looking for recruitment, I'm not interested in it. Fine. Okay. But if it's like, here's £100, somebody's looking for, or it could work the other way around. It's not just the person looking for a job. It's the company going, I'm looking for a coder. All right. Coder says, it's me. All right, these guys, here's £1,000. Okay. Social neuron. It reinforces that specific link. So it's like a neuron where a baby kind of like gets up on its feet, it's kind of blah, 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 and what it does, it's working, oh my God. And it sends this, the dopamine, reinforces whatever it is that's happening in the legs, the muscle spasms, whatever it is that's basically enabling the baby to stay up, right? And that whole neuron thing works. Or the recognition of something, it goes, oh, it's this thing, oh, I caught it, oh my God. And the whole neuron thing is reinforced, okay? So that's what's happening, we're reinforcing the social linkage, okay, with the money flow. But as a whole, taking part in these things, the fact that it works means people take more part in these things, okay? Because it's just efficient. It's way more efficient than marketing, advertising, recruitment people taking 10,000, 10% of your income to basically just link you up. I mean, it's like, but this is fantastic. So, social neuron, to connect any two people that really need to find each other. Potentially is to find some famous people. So I've mentioned a couple of famous people already. So you might go, oh, this is kind of interesting. Who do I know that might know Matt Damon? Who do I know that might know Keanu Reeves? Who do I know that da-da-da-da? And we're looking for different people. I mean, it would be great if, for example, the Dalai Lama, I think the Dalai Lama would be very interested in some of this stuff. Who else? I can't think off the top of my head. I've created a list in the past. Greta Thunberg, she's dealing with adults, and she's like, what the? Okay, and so she hasn't met somebody like me, probably. She might have, she might not have. And, I'd be like, do you get any of this stuff? I think you might, actually. So if anybody knows Greta Thunberg, then please share this forwards. Or if you think you know anybody that will be closer to Greta Thunberg than me, and basically, I'm like an end node. I know nobody. Okay, I spent most of my time being a maths teacher. I knew a bunch of kids, all right? I knew a few people, but not too many. I've had to go into isolation to create this system, all right? So I know nobody. So if you know anybody like that, not like that, if you know Greta, pass this forwards and she'll look at this, everybody that looks at it goes, yeah, actually, that's who I thought. I was looking at this going, why didn't he pass this to Greta? Send this to Greta. It's like, I don't know Greta. Thanks for the advice. I get this all the time. Oh, there's a person. Oh, there's a company over there you should speak to. I don't know anybody in that company. And then when you send them emails, it's just a cold thing. It's horrible, okay? Whereas, so if you think of somebody, go, oh, somebody, send it forwards to them. Okay? Oh, somebody, just share it with them. Crowdsource, just that crowdsource. It doesn't have to be somebody that I name. However, the whole point about the social neuron is that we are trying to look for a certain person. And when that's connected, I will definitely give money. If we get Greta involved, I think she'd be like, great for us, okay? And we'd be great for her. And she'd go, oh, great. And she's got some money and she's tried to put it into various companies and charities. And I'm going, this is the thing you want to do. Okay, and we should reward everybody between us and Greta. Absolutely. Okay, and I think she'd be like, yeah, let's give, £10,000 to everybody, not everybody. It has to be shared equally. So it makes it efficient. You can't just say everybody's going to get 1,000 because then, I'll make it as long as possible. Let's put it to friends. I'll give it to my mum, and she'll give it to my sister, I'll give it to my brother, and then we'll give it to the person who I think might actually be relevant, and we're going to get all this. No. So it has to be shared equally between you and the person. So you kind of have to try and make it as efficient as possible. Okay, is that clear? Is that cool? Is there anybody else that comes to mind? If there's anybody else that comes to mind, you could write it in the comment. Oh, that's quite cool. I'm sharing in order to try and find this person. Oh, that's quite cool. I hadn't even thought about that. Kind of social neurons where somebody gets this and goes, oh, I think you should be this person. We could include that video. If you did a video, I think it should be this person. Okay. And then we share that. I don't know. What else? Who did I? Barack Obama, you would have thought, anybody that's successful, the problem is, everybody that's successful is kind of happy with the structure they've got and the money flow and everything else because they're successful. It's working. So it's more people that can still see the problem, like Greta, all right? Or people that are still concerned about, the water thing, like, Matt Damon, and Brad Pitt. I thought, famous people would be cool because they give the face to the thing and will be able to go viral. Brad Pitt was quite cool because it's something to do with Buddhism. I vaguely remember. I think he's got a tendency for Buddhism. Who else? I don't really know. I don't really think, because they're so far away, these celebrities. I don't know. So I should probably think about that, and I'll probably include that in some other video. I'll probably have to be more careful about who would we like to engage. Regarding the economic itself, Elon Musk, it's kind of interesting. People like Elon Musk. Out of all multiple billionaires at the top there, I think he's probably the most interesting because he's really doing something with simultaneous processes. He's involved in PayPal, and he really is trying to do some odd things. But I think he's a bit of a nerd, just a bit of a scientist, and trying to go to Mars. I'm not sure, but he might just buy and then use it to his own purposes, kind of thing. But I don't know. He might be a nice guy. I don't know. So do we want to contact these people? It might fuse us, and then Sqale no more. Brad Pitt, Elon Musk. I met this one guy through LinkedIn, potential investor, and he asked me. He seemed genuinely interested in the idea, but a bit later, a week later, he said no. His wife buying a house. It's a way of copying out, I guess. But he was genuinely interested because he was doing some kind of job, some kind of finance thing. But what he had done before was biology and geography, and so we talked about that and how he hadn't pursued what he was actually genuinely interested in. Anyway, at some point or other, he was interested in Elon Musk. He picked up with Elon Musk. He was kind of impressed by Elon Musk. This was quite a few years ago. Well, now everybody knows Elon Musk because of Tesla's success, but it was before Tesla's success. And I said, "Oh, Elon Musk, yeah. Would you like to speak to Elon Musk?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, that would be great." I said, "Well, now you've got an excuse. You can approach him with this." And he was like, and that's kind of what this does. This system itself, because it's the first time it's going out there, is basically, you don't have to have anything. You can just kind of represent Sqale itself. And, find Elon Musk as, look, Sqale, look at this, look. And, and it's somebody, it is, one of his factories or his science labs for brain neural links, or part of his boring machine, or part of, rocket ship engineers, or I don't even know what other things he's doing. Well, artificial intelligence pods. Has he got anything more mundane and social? Because I've done all the social. All right, I don't think he's done that much about social. But anyway, but somebody, somebody's opening the door for him. It's like, oh, Elon Musk. It's Elon Musk. Can I bother you, sir, for a moment? Sqale. And Elon Musk is like, I've never heard anything like that. Interesting. My name's Victor. Explain. The guy says, I can't really explain, but here's a video. And maybe Elon Musk looks at that and connects with us, drops us $1 million. And we build this thing properly. And he's willing to, because, the investment of time that I've definitely put in, I think I know what I'm talking about, and I think I'm trustworthy. And it's all about trust. So this is a system that attracts trust, and, so we don't have those cold calling and companies collapsing and risk and not having any relationships. This is all about relationships and evaluating and making sure that we're doing things together in order to achieve incredible social results. Use this to basically do anything with music, to get into music companies, any of the, beta partners would be fantastic. Launch partners, basically, to just, it's not my company. It's this network system economic, and the people who start using this, and it helps it go viral, connect up to the right people that makes it go viral. You're the company, we are. Company. Don't think about it as a limited company. Company, we are friends, we are in the same company. Not even a military company, we're talking about company, friends. Okay, check out the other things, okay, the other systems. It's all about social, okay, and it's genuine, it's real, and it's authentic, and lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. So, anyway, I've yapped enough about this. I've done all of those. I think it just about covers everything to the Sqale. Yeah, you've been great. What can I say? Okay. Value, share, write down a comment. Let's see how far this thing goes. Okay, there's not going to be that many people that I know that are going to be interested in this. In fact, I know because I bored them to death with it. But you know, if you're a new person, never heard of this before, and you're looking at this going, I cannot believe this stuff, and it's good. Okay, I would love to hear you. I mean, I would love to hear a positive noise from absolutely anyone on this planet. So, the fact that you're watching this, I can't quite believe anybody will. So, when you are watching this, oh wow, gratitude to you. I'll be thanking you. Let me tell you, I'll be thanking you. Okay, so thank you very much. Be well. And thanks for everybody that took part. All these names that I've mentioned, thanks for taking part. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. Okay, it's only if it works. You know, well, it's all good. It's all good.